Hello everyone, welcome back to week 2 of playing with abstract art with me, Katrina, from my home in isolation in Belfast. So today we're going to be working with some music. So it's all about, so last week we were playing with this technique, automatic line drawing. It's kind of like meditating with line or meditating with mark making or drawing technique. So this week we're going to be developing that technique and those kind of ideas with music. So I'll be sharing a little bit more about that in a little moment or two. First of all, we're going to create a little space within ourselves and within our breath. So just like last week, we'll be starting this class with a little guided meditation, or maybe kind of building an awareness of our breath this evening. So what I'd like you to do is find a nice comfortable seat. So if you're slouching against something, you want to take your make your back, your spine nice and aligned, and really feel as though the crown of your head is reaching towards the ceiling, and your seat, the base of your spine, is really rooted into the ground or the chair, whatever it is you're sitting in, and allowing your palms to rest wherever's comfortable in your lap, and gently just closing our eyes if that's comfortable for you. Maybe shrugging your shoulders back and down and creating a little bit of space for your neck. And when you're ready, we can start to bring our awareness to our breath. So just following our inhale all the way to the tip, and following our exhale as we breathe all the way out. You can be breathing through your nose, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Some nice cleansing deep breaths. We'll do that one more time. Try to make your inhale a little bit longer this time, and your exhale even longer than your inhale. We're not trying to restrict our breath too much. We're just easing into some slow breathing. Inhaling all the way to the tip and exhaling all the way out. And as we're breathing, can you notice any little changes that happen in our body? These little subtle changes as our chest inhales and rises. And as we exhale, as our chest and shoulders start to drop a little bit to the ground. Maybe our stomach starts to go in a little bit as we exhale. And as we breathe in, our stomach starts to rise out a little bit. So just noticing all these little subtleties. And if there's anywhere that you're holding on to tension in your body, just beginning to let that go with our exhales. That could be in your shoulders, relaxing our shoulders, relaxing our back, maybe our lower back, relaxing our jaw, making sure there's a little bit of gap between our teeth, relaxing our forehead, our eyes, and just focusing on our breath. Inhale, watching as our chest rises. Exhale. Let's do one nice breath together then. So as we inhale, breathing through our nose. 1, 2, 3. And as we exhale, let it all go out your mouth, a big sigh. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale out your mouth. Let it all go. And so in our little space that we've created within ourselves, I'm just starting to prepare ourselves, begin ourselves for some fun, some play. Starting to visualize the room around us, maybe the floor that we're sitting in or the chair that we're sitting in. And when we're ready, we can start to open our eyes. Nice and relaxed. So, what we're going to do today, we're going to be, I'm going to introduce you to some different genres of music, some different music styles, and we're going to work with the beats, the rhythm, the kind of tunes, the differences of the sounds, and respond to that in some way, whatever way we want to, on the page. So I have kind of been playing a little bit today with one of the tunes just before I started the video, and the idea is to develop what we were doing last week. It's all about developing. So each week is going to be about developing the week before, or the weeks before. So we're still playing with automatic line drawing. The only difference is that rather than just kind of allowing things to happen, we're listening to the sounds, we're listening to the music, and that's in some way informing the marks that we're making. So it's not just us on our own and kind of seeing what happens. We are working with the music. So that's the difference between this week and last week, and also the music, of course. So I've just found some little bits of material, some little markers, nothing fancy, highlighters, and a pen, just a black pen. And so you can find whatever you want, again, whatever you have lying around. Doesn't have to be special, doesn't even have to be an art material, and we'll talk about that in the following weeks. But just whatever you have, if it's going to make marks on the paper, awesome. If it's going to if it's going to react with the paper, or make some sort of mark, that's your mark making. You're creating marks on the page. So we'll get started. What I would say is, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be listening to 6 different types of songs or sounds, and each of them are instrumental, which means they don't have any words. And the reason we're doing that is because we're not responding necessarily to the words, we're responding to the beats, the rhythms, the sound. And sometimes for me, I've worked with this kind of process, this method, in some of my drawing works that I've done before. And I find when there's words in the sounds, I'm following the words. I'm listening to the stories and the narratives in the songs, rather than actually listening to just the sounds, just the rhythms and the beats and the tempo. So for me personally, I would prefer to listen to instrumental music when I do this type of mark making with sound or with music. But it's up to you. Experiment and play and see which one you prefer yourself. So we'll start off now with this is a piece called, all of the sounds that we're using today are going to be in the little comments box, so you'll be able to listen and replay some of these songs, or find out a little bit more information about them if you need to. So we're going to be starting with Drums of Drakkar. It's by Amoebacrew. The spelling is in the comments in the description box, and this is a type of a Viking medieval style of music. So we're going to be listening to the drums, doom, doom, the repetitiveness, and I'll talk you a little bit through this. So let's get started now. So first of all, listening to the sound, maybe closing your eyes. How does this sound make you feel? Energy levels? Does it remind you of anything? What sort of emotions is it? Yes. And when you're ready, you can maybe begin. So I'm just gonna turn this over. So just start by making marks. Already listening to the sound. Listen to your pencil or your marker on the page. Boom, boom. And is there any sort of narrative that's coming with it? And what by that I mean stories in the work. Does it remind you of anything? For me, this reminds me of birds. And that there's some sort of synchronized. Watch out for any forms. Again, we're not trying to make birds, we're not trying to make boats, but if that sort of happens, that's okay. But we're not trying to do that, we're just making marks. Ooh, hear that sound there? That was a nice circular sound for me. Ooh, I quite like this. Okay, so there we have our first sound piece, and this was based on the Viking, so I'm just finished it. I'm going to leave that for now, but this is something that you can be developing. So at the minute, this is my first piece. You can choose to do the second page on the other side, or a different piece of paper, or you could be using half pieces of paper just for this because it's experimenting. So there we have our first piece, and you can see there's no real representational imagery in that. I haven't drew boats or birds, even though that's what it kind of reminds me of, and this lovely celestial kind of image there of the circular thing. So again, we're going to continue, keep up the momentum. The next piece is a little different, and it is by Katy Adelson, and it's called Swallowtail Jig, apologies, and it's an Irish fiddle tune. So again, it's in the link, and we'll start that now. Taking a little moment, close your eyes, listen to the song. What sort of emotion and feeling is it stirring up? It's quite upbeat. So let's get started. It's quite fast paced as well, isn't it? Listen to the beat of your pen. A bit wacky for me, this one. So just no mistakes, everything is okay, whatever way it happens, whatever way it goes, just keep going. We're not trying to overthink it too much, it's more like a meditation in that way. So whatever you do is right, just keep going with it. Thinking about the colours, if you're using colours, thinking about the tone, the speed of the pen. For me, it's quite fast. It's over already. It's very short song. So as you can see, This piece is in the very early stages. What I would recommend if you're listening to songs that are maybe a little shorter, have a series of them, so you're not just listening to one, you're maybe listening to, I don't know, 20, and it's going to over this space of an hour, and then you have really a lot of time to really sit with it. Okay, so for me, it reminds me of waves crashing or something. It's really nice. Got a thing going on here, and I'm wanting to get on the water, I think. So, see that? Yeah. So that's our little jig song. That's our little jig marks. Next one, you might recognize this one, some people. It's a Kaoma, Lambada, Lambada. Sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing things. Kaoma Lambada, and it's Samba inspired tune. So we'll play that now. Okay. Closing your eyes, listening to the song. What sort of energy does it have? How does it speak to you? Again, it's another nice fast-paced one. What colour, again, if you're using colours? And just keep going with it. It doesn't have to look like anything in particular. Listening to the tune, so it's going a bit faster now, isn't it? I know I did say no instrumental, but this is another language, so for me it's quite nice. I don't really follow the words in that way. I think I might have to stop this one. Yeah. Okay, so that was our Samba song. Again, details are in the description box. And so for me, this one, and this is what I mean about reminding yourself that it's okay whenever you do something that's maybe not that visually, aesthetically pleasing for yourself. You know, maybe you're not that fussed on it. It's okay. It's just, you know, you're experimenting, you're playing, try not to be hard on yourself. You know, for me, while I was making that, I could feel myself thinking, oh, I'm not really feeling this, you know, I don't really feel, it's not really going the way I want it to go. But what I would say to that is just keep going and see where it leads, you know, and at the end of the day, they're just working drawings, not meant to be masterpieces, they're just play. So it's perfect. It's as good as any of the other ones that I've done so far. What we're going to do now is turn our page over and we're going to do the next one. Keep on going. So this is Ella Fitzgerald, and this is a one-note samba. So this is a scat song. She's doing a lot of scat, so it's very jazzy. So it's good fun to play with. Jazz and classical are my favourite ones to do this sort of technique too. But we're going to get started now. So again, listening. This is a live version as well, so you can hear the background. Listening, close your eyes. What does it say to you? How are you feeling with this? How does it make you feel inside, or what sort of energy is it? Okay. so let's get started. It's going to be a bit of a mad one probably. Just following your line. Ooh, that was a big one. Just keep going with how you're feeling. Don't be overthinking it, so you don't want to stop. You want to just keep going. Ooh, I'd love to just go right off the page with that one. Oh, I love this one. Just keep going with it. Nice and quiet now. So how do you imitate, or how do you articulate those quiet sounds, those little subtle sounds? Is there a way that you can write softer? Is there a way that you can not lean as hard on the pen? Maybe make these little soft, subtle lines? You know? Is there a different colour you can maybe use? Okay, so I could listen to this one all day, so I'm going to stop it quickly. So, this is another one. Again, no better, no worse than the ones that I've done before. I just had a lot of fun doing this one. Okay, so now we have our final song for today, and it's a rendition of Beethoven's Elise, and it is the piano version. All the details again are in the description box below. So let's get started. Maybe closing your eyes, listening to the sounds. What sort of feeling? And when you're ready to start, you can open your eyes and begin. So this again is quite upbeat, but it's quite soft. There's a gentleness to it. Just do it whatever way you want to do it as well. No right and wrong, just keep going, that's the only thing. Ooh, it's a nice tune difference. Ooh. It's becoming a bit performative here. So, would you really love to get messy? If anyone had paints, you could start using your hands and scribbling things about. So much fun. Come to an end, our little class. It flies by the time when we are doing this sort of work. You know, we're just immersed in the flow of making, and time just goes really quickly. But as you can see, we've got a collection of 5 lovely sketches that you can work from. They're all going to be quite different. There's some really lovely pieces in here that I would definitely develop, you know, the likes of this one and the last one. If you've wrote on them what songs they are, or if you've not, you can also go down and have a look at the comments. I'd really love to see some of these works that you have been doing. There's ways of doing that if you want to share some of your work. The details will be following this video and also in the little description box below. But yeah, it's been fun. Thank you for listening and playing along, mark making. Next week we're going to be thinking about emotions, so how we can work with our emotions and make work, and it will develop really lovely from our music, because music can be very emotional. So yeah, hope you've had a lot of fun, hope you've enjoyed today's class. Please carry on with this practice. You know, this is 20 minutes. You could easily play with this all day, even an hour or 2 at least. So if you wanted to get your own headphones and get your own genres of music that you think might be really fun and interesting to make work with, please do that. And yeah, send us through some images and let's share what we've been making. Thank you. Have a nice evening.